Hello everyone. Um, it's been kind of a little while on either channel gaming and this one. Very long for this one actually, but um, so as you can say, as you can see, the the live stream title is crazy thoughts. Um, here's the thought that's going behind it. I don't know if this is a very good business practice, and honestly, I cannot encourage it. I didn't too do bad on attempt. I tried to straight line, but it failed. But anyways, um, I remember playing World of Warcraft, and every once in a while I would look, I would see something to do with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. By all means, I don't recommend it. I have my own. Dang, I really screwed up my goatee. Dang it. God, that's the spot. Okay, that's irritating to look at. But I kept looking, and one of the things I did on World of Warcraft is I would have an item that a lot of new players had very hard issues getting, and that was materials to make better armor. So I would craft the item out, and I would craft out in bulk, and then I just put it at the marketplace and sell. And then I got to thinking, you know, does any of this game mechanic could it work? And yeah, there is a way to make it work with crypto. Is if you, I guess you have, I guess one it is kind of like treating crypto like it's a video game and patience. So, I'm not. This by means is not no pyramid scheme. This is literally through pure observation. No, the only data I can present is literally go on Google and look up cryptocurrency prices and pay attention. Say, example, you see one that's catching your eye that you know you can do. You look at its pattern. You look to see when it's an increase and when it decrease. Look at the times and look up those days and see what was going on that made it drop. And there you have a lot of reasonable data. And this is an example that one that catches your eye that you can definitely do. Now whether it be 20 cents, $20, $200, or 2,000. And you see that you're buying at a small point, and you can find a way to create your own algorithm to predict when it goes up. And let's say that one catch your eye, you see one that if your prediction is correct and it goes to this point, sell and then upgrade. But keep the one you have in mind that you can always definitely rely on and do. Keep that in bay. So when it hits that point when you can sell, when it's a point where it's not a sink or swim, but if you sell this point, you can get to the next step, and you continue to climb and climb and climb. Eventually, you get to that point where you can go to Bitcoin, or you could go to the others, or you can stop there and it's like, okay, this is the area that I am 100% sure I can make profits from. And there, and let's just say like it's like how Bitcoin was first coming out to where it had a slow gain, and now it's big. And then by all means you can start putting lots of money into it, and you build up to that point, and say for example something that actually surpasses Bitcoin, maybe it has some gimmick that Bitcoin did not have, like a faster sell time period, more reliable and more quicker. Now, something that Bitcoin right now can't do, but this has. And let's say in about a year, Bitcoin gets passed, and what do you put most of your let's say half of your eggs into? Well, now not only are you in an area where you could effectively um, sell, but you can make a lot of profit on it. And thing is with that, and this is reason why a waiting game, because this is something I learned in when I was playing in World of Warcraft. When I was actually doing that, I would spend hours upon hours just grinding the living fuck out of it. I got to a point where this is where I see how Bitcoin's going to happen. It's going to get oversaturated at one point or another. They've already put their systems in to slow down the saturation. But saturation can also be another mean that you are going to lose profit. Saturation has a tendency to make prices drop, which is sometimes a good thing if you're getting in, but if you're already in, then it's a bad thing. So you always, when you do check the charts and everything and getting all your data, you have to see, kind of predict when it drops. You need to know exactly how hard does it drop. Um, and that's one of the things when I was looking at Bitcoin while I was doing that, there was a lot of this Bitcoin bubble, which is when it bursts, it's going to hurt. There's going to be a lot of lost money. I think Bitcoin just had their bubble burst. I think went from 8 to 6. It could be a couple of things that could have caused that. One, people saw that this is the highest it's going to get, and I'm getting out. Or a lot of known players that he was in that had a lot of Bitcoins. It's like, okay, I'm selling all these and I'm leaving. So with crypto, I don't see something that you can make a career out of. And but if you know how to play the game and you are looking to, um, I guess really, in all things fair, checking and try to make a little bit more money. Say example, this amount. If you can get your goal, you can start your own business in whatever field you're going for. As long as it's not medical or corporate or something like that. Let's say example, you just need the extra money to, like, let's say you want to open a bakery in 2 years, and if you play the game smart, you can actually get there. Like I said, you have to predict anything that can happen. You need to have contingency plans. And then with selling is you are essentially not you're kind of hurting the market but in the same coin you're also helping the market. It's literally it's a kill and birth moment because when you sell you are hurting because you're kind of when all these people are selling at this point, we need to start lowering because now we have all these extra coins. So now the prices got to drop so people will get into the game. And when you do that, you're interested in new players, which causes them to go higher. When now these coins that they have to produce has to go higher. So essentially, people who stay in and wait for all these new players to come in, they can officially wait until the same point that they missed, or they can get close to the point, or even past that point. I wish in the live stream I could alter it, the live stream, just so I can show maybe an idea of how the prediction would work. It is one is a I'm using my phone. So that's literally like I guess my money scheme, I guess you can say, is literally stop thinking crypto is a business and start treating it as a video game. Learn from video games, figure out, because World of Warcraft, their marketplace is it's basically like the real world. If you have X, Y, and Z on how many things are selling, and you know that you're selling an item that a lot of people need, you can literally just press a button and recommend a price. So there you can maximize your coin. And there you can use that kind of same principle to determine when something um, is going to, when you need to sell and when you need to hold off. Um, Bitcoin right now, I can't see being very good. Maybe Ethereum would probably be better suited. Um, that's my opinion. It is to. And by the way, I don't. I'm not any. I will admit I have no practice with crypto. This is completely an outsider's look on it, but it seems to me more of a video game than business. Yeah, there's a lot of transactions going involved, and a lot of money is being made. But it seems to me that you have to kind of predict it into a kind of a gamer scenario. Um, so enough of that. So the other crazy ass ideas I have going is um, hopefully by the end of this year I do get my gaming computer built, and I will be start working on making a couple of games. Um, the first game I will admit it's going to be on mobile, but I'm not using a shitty engine. I'm using Unreal Engine 4. Um, that's gonna be real fun. Um, if I can't get to that point where I can um, you know, make the computer, I will probably just purchase a desktop that can do that, and I will start making mobile games. Making mobile games with Unreal Engine 4. Um, I don't really want to do mobile games, to be honest. But to me, it's a lot simpler. So, in terms of teaching myself, or reteaching everything, I will start with mobile, and then I will slowly build up to PC games. And PC games, if any of my games ever do get to console, then hopefully I can just redo the controls and have it set up like that. I guess once it gets to PC level, then it's not much harder just to redesignate the controls. I have no faith in any game that I make going to console. It is a long shot dream, but uh, the one of the few things that's going to be holding back, and the reason why it's going to be irritating, is I'm going to have to do a crash course and possibly get a degree in business management, and that way, when I do propose it as an official business, then it doesn't hurt as much. Uh, so, literally, the only thing I'm missing from my computer is two parts. I already have a monitor. Push come to shove, I just use my TV because it does have that port, and I might just say screw it and use that, and that way I can just have like a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse with me, or just have a small table I can put it in my lap and do whatever I want to do. Um, the only reason why it's taking so long to get the remaining two parts is one, I have yet to have the money to do even get the CPU. I have to re-look up what socket chip I'm going to need. I already have the RAM, the motherboard, the CPU fan, couple extra fans along with that. Um, my hard drive. Uh, I literally just took a CD. I can't remember what it's called. CD port, and I I just took that from an old computer that I was doing some testing and found that everything somehow or another that it completely uninstalled Windows entirely. I don't know. Is it just where the motherboard is crapped all the hell? I did test and found that the CD port still works, so that's a good thing. Um, so once that is taken care of, I'm gonna go with fish of getting my parts. Uh, CPU and the graphics card. Reason why I was going to get the graphics card first and then finalize it with my CPU, but because of crypto, if anyone can understand my thoughts on how frustrating that is when you had the money, because I was going to get a GTX 1080 graphics card. I know complete and utter overkill, but I wanted something good, and I might eventually upgrade my CPU cooler to a liquid cooling system. I just have no knowledge in that. I've none of the computers I've taken apart and put together had a CPU liquid cooling. Hence why I have no knowledge, like zero. I've taken apart CPU fans left and right, but liquid cooling I have none. So once I decide to upgrade to a liquid cooling, then I will um, put it there. Like I said, I do predict probably in the year. I just got to call a couple places back to see what's going on and find out everything. As like I said, I'm hoping I got to recheck the prices on everything, which is a major pain. And once I go from there, then I can look to see on what I can do. Uh, this computer is already cost me, wanna say, two, yeah, about it's cost me roughly $3,000 just to build the damn thing, and that's all in parts. Because here's how I got my math: is I had bought a CPU, wrong one, wrong socket chip, so I had to resell it, and I was going to sell it for its original value because it was never open, nothing, and um, I had dropped the price. I had to drop the price repeatedly. I don't know if it's where the price on that part is, but so I've lost a lot of money in it already. Hence why I've been hesitating with it, because it took me a year to sell the damn part, and then when I did sell the part, I didn't even go back to zero. I went even further negative. So now I'm having to rebuy a part, which is frustrating. It pissed me off. So, when I do build the computer, I will call it El Diablo, as this thing is probably going to sound like the devil, and I don't mean like figuratively. I mean where it's loud. No, it's the devil. One of the parts I have is apparently they spawn a fucking Satan. I don't know if it's because my motherboard is part of Satan or whatever. Um, and I'm sure I build that. I might build a second computer and go from there. So besides building a second computer, um, well, building my first physical computer. When I reason why I say it's my first physical because I really just took computers apart and put them back together. It's not really anything special. So, you know, taking things, buying parts from different websites and put them all together. This is probably, which is different because when I take computer parts, I memorize where everything is supposed to go, and something that's never been put together. This is like a jigsaw puzzle that you're in the jigsaw factory and you have to design the parts. It's not funny. Um, I do have all the safety equipment already in hand, um, which is the shock through ground lanyard, um, wristband, whatever you want to call it. I will be having rubber gloves, and I will eventually get a hold of a rubber mat. And that way, um, no way any static's going to hit. So I got a, I got a feeling when I do put it together, someone's going to sabotage me in building it. And do I have my knife? No, I don't. My knife. My my fist is better. You get the message. Um, so that. And this is the reason why I feel like I should apologize on why I haven't done any videos to this and to my gaming. I have been stressed out. What I've gone over in this live stream is literally what's been bugging me. Why, apparently the most profitable thing that a mid class or low class citizen can do, and trying to build a game computer, trying to build games on the same game computer. Then what about when I'm in the construction of the gaming computer? That someone's going to sabotage me. Someone's going to pour something on it while I'm in mid build, or the whole thing doesn't work. Like I've had so many stress out moments that I literally had woken up in the middle of my sleep. So, I mean, I do have an area. I'm probably going to be building the whole thing on the motherboard box itself, once everything's put together, and I'll watch crap ton of videos on how to build it. Because, like I said, when I take a computer apart, I can memorize it. Putting one together from random parts that happen to be compatible is a different story. Because I can tell what part is what. I can't tell you what part is what. No clue. None. Could have saved all this money to buy a computer? Yes. Why build a computer? Because one, if you ever want to upgrade, you know what to do. Two, you have more options. Like I don't have to go with a GTX 1080. I can go with 1070, 1060. I can go with a 980. Can I go from a liquid cooling to a? Can I go to a CBO fan to a liquid cooling system? Hell yeah, not that hard. Once you know what you're doing. Is it expensive? Yes. Why not order it through a system? I have a reason why I didn't. I've thrown the idea of ordering a computer online completely out of the window. Is one, I have ordered, let's see, 2 airsoft guns. No, scratch that. Four. 4 airsoft guns online. I've ordered a P90. Well, the D90 because it was Wellfire. To be fair, it was a mistake. A Wellfire P90. That was a big old that. And when it got here, I had to send it back because somehow or another it got damaged in delivery. So I did get a new one. The box was damaged on him, but the gun worked. Then I ordered a. So I mean, I was maybe thinking it was just the website that ordered it. So I went to a different website and ordered a different gun. The gun was broke, completely and utterly. The only thing that wasn't broke was metal parts. Sent that back. Got a brand new one. Again, box was damaged. It was the same shipping company though. So I did some research and I found another company, another airsoft company, and I got a sniper rifle and a shotgun. Sniper rifle came in beautifully. The shotgun's box, not so much. Shotgun, it's a pain in the ass. If you can't load it in a certain way, it won't even fire. Sniper rifle, shoots like a dream. I've had a friend of mine who ordered a computer, ordered and came in damaged, and he had to send it back. My point is, reason why I have an issue with ordering computers, because every part I have ordered, like, let's go with my motherboard. I shit you not, I wish I had a picture of it. This was the top layer of bubble wrap. This was the bottom. The whole thing was covered in, I want to say, 20 B&H. Dear God, when they package something like when you open that box, the only thing you're saying is, "Damn, they care about make sure you get it perfectly," because that's who I ordered it from. And of course, I opened my CPU, and I had told them, "Hey, I ordered the wrong part. Can I just send this back and get my money back and just order the correct part?" I got told no. Hence why I had to stick with that for a year. Now, should I fought it? You're damn right. Do I need to clean this stuff out? Yes, I do. Now, there are some games I'm going to possibly build, like I said, mobile and PC. I'm just going to have the mobile game teach me the majority, and then I'm going to use what I learned from making the mobile game to the PC. The mobile game, it's going to be in 3D. Which means I'm going to have to reteach myself a lot of 3D models, to make it more human, more fluid. And I'm not using the fluid as like how Pokemon did. God no, that was a nightmare. Sad part is I corrected my camera. Child safety locked my ass. I'm a child and it didn't lock me out. Now, what I'm going to be... And when I do start doing my game, when I start making the games, there will be a... Whoa. There will end up being a slowdown on videos more dramatically, as in it's going to consume all my time. Reason being is I'm one man. There is not a R&D department. I would love to get a hold of someone who could do some of the work for me, but it's just going to be a pain in the ass. I do have some ideas what I'm going to do for my game. I'm going to try my damnedest not to add in any or at all of microtransactions. I have find them a nuisance, by all means. So the first 3D game, I don't know how I'm going to go about and It's going to be in single player for a while until I can get enough money to create a server. And then there will be, of course, the big update on the multiplayer update, and which you can transfer the big multiplayer update. Hold on, my camera can't focus with shit. The fact that that works is astounding. So my idea is when I do make the game, that you can transfer everything about your character over into the multiplayer. But there's going to be basically brand new quests, and it's slowly supposed to phase out single player entirely. And the reason why I would do that is because of I usually intend. I'm not. I don't want to reveal how much about the multiplayer game. I've drawn um, concept arts for the game. I will have where you can switch characters out, and that's because I'm drawing inspiration from Monster Hunter, where you can. God damn, my camera stuff. Okay, let me get back to my thought. Where I'm drawing inspiration from Monster Hunter, where you have to constantly switch out your equipment and armor. So I'm incorporating that. So let's say I have developed a quest where it's literally damn impossible to get anywhere without X, Y, and Z. With, let's say, your warrior character. So if and the quest is, it's obviously it's designed for ranged characters, then you would swap over to your whatever ranged character you have, and there you go. Um, there will be events for the characters, and like I said, I don't want to do it microtransactions because I find those as a nuisance. It will be a free to play game. Um, if I do have to add microtransactions, I have to find a good reason on why. Like, say for example, like I created like 100 characters, and I do like a loot box scenario, like let's say Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, where you just want that one card to make your deck perfect. Then I just add a microtransaction mystery box. I will have it set up in a way that you don't get duplicates. So there will be kind of like a luck system, and you can view the box and you can click on the character that you want. And let's say like on the 20th try, you get your character. Well, the luck here system will just reset back to 0, and then it will prompt you with select the character that you want. I won't do it at 20 because, like I said, I don't want to do micro. Because, like I said, this will be my first game. I don't want that impression that I'm doing it for money. But if I have to do it, then yeah. The only other reason I would think about doing micro is if I am have forced, let's say the game starts booming to the point where one server could not do it, then I'm going to have to go get the parts to build a second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one, seventh one, eighth one, continuously. So the money would help out in getting the parts for servers and stuff like that. There will be kind of a reference system in it, and I want to be where you can transfer data, possibly through Facebook or iCloud, or really, I think Google will probably be the best suit that you can transfer your character around. That way, if you're like, say, for example, your phone breaks and you need to transfer your character, you don't start making Ground Zero, you can just pick up where you left off. Um, so I have to once I get the game working to the way I design it, then I will start incorporating other things. Um, there will be a leveling system for your character, and kind of a reward system where, like, say some of your characters like reach level 10, brand new skill, level 20, and there will be multiple different ways you can level up your character. Um, Now, when I do the character's movements, I'm going to have to translate some of the movement. So, like, say, example, I'm using, like, it's a two-handed sword. I'm just using that as a, and, there's certain moves that sword would work best with, but a katana swordsman, um, I put that in quotations because I know there's a lot of single-edged swords out there, but I'm just using the katana because it is the most famous of that type. Some of those sword movements that um, the dual blade sword can do, katana cannot, because it's going to need a second edge. Um, and the way I'm going to do it is, I'm going to have to get a hold of a two-handed sword. Well, not two-handed, a twin-edged sword. I already have a katana, and what I'm going to do is, if I got a set movement in mind, I will record my movement, and when I start incorporating into our character, I have some groundwork to work with. Because I don't want to make a character where it can do some kind of weird attack with a sword that's not possible. Um, so besides characters, there will be different variants. Now this might happen by the end of next year, is when I do have all the money to create the server, create the game, create everything, and get everything up and running. I do want to have at least 3 servers up and operational when the game launches. Um, and this channel will be used to show off the characters, um, what they look like before, during, and after, and what are their abilities. I don't know how exactly I'm going to project it, because I don't want to seem like Spy or anything like that. I want to have a very unique feel to it, because you are effectively controlling its movements. So I have to get it to where the camera is always angled on that particular character perfectly. So there is that. Once I get to a point where I feel it's okay and I can launch it, I will launch the game with either 10 to 20 characters, and each one are going to have their own strengths and debuffs and um, their own race and what they're good at. So there's the thing that'll screw with your mind a bit. I'm not talking just one game. I can talk about one or multiple. Just all random thoughts. So I'm gonna get some sleep. I need it. I'm losing my mind. And have a good night.